When eventually the Holy Land was lost to Islam, their reason for existing began to disappear. Soon royalty were eyeing the Templar wealth and property, and their end was in sight. There spread rumors around a secret and perverted the initiation ceremony, and King Philip IV of France decided to take advantage. Philip was deeply in debt and needed money fast. By 1307, he had many Templars residing in France arrested and tortured into giving false testimony against their own. Many were burned at the stake. Others fled or joined other orders. By 1312, Pope Clement V officially disbanded the order under pressure from the French king. The suddenness, the secrecy, the once great and powerful order, the tragic demise, all this and more gives rise to legends, and eventually their name became a Masonic degree. Modern Templars arose, games, movies, and more. The name Templar is now known again across the world. But let us now go back in time to the origins of this once simple brotherhood of so-called poverty and trace their rise to power. By 1099, Christendom had managed to take Jerusalem from the Muslims following the First Crusade. Now the way this was open for Christians to make pilgrimages from Europe to the Holy Land, but danger was everywhere. Jerusalem may have been safe for Christians, but the route to it was not. Marauding bandits were everywhere, and they preyed upon Christians due to the fact they were often carrying large sums of money as offerings for their basic survival. Thousands lost their lives, and something needed to be done. The man in charge of Jerusalem was King Baldwin II, and by 1119 a French knight by the name of Hugh de Payenne petitioned the king to create an order of warrior monks to protect the pilgrims along their journey. Both the king and the Patriarch of Jerusalem agreed to the request, and the newly formed Templars were granted a wing at the royal palace on Temple Mount. The Temple Mount lay directly above the location it was believed that the Temple of Solomon had originally been. This is why they were to become known as the Poor Knights of Christ and the Temple of Solomon. They were originally only 9 in number and relied upon financial donations to survive. Indeed, their symbol of 2 knights upon 1 horse indicates their poverty. But such poverty was soon ended. They found themselves a powerful ally in Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, who himself founded the white monks of the Cistercian order. Through Bernard, the status of the Templars rose and rose until they were soon officially recognized by the Church. Now they had official status, the money started to roll in from across the Christian world. Donations of land and property followed swiftly, and so did volunteers from wealthy families who each brought more wealth. In 1139, the Pope himself decreed that the order was exempt from all local laws. This simply meant that they could wander freely through Christendom without paying taxes, and nobody dared to argue, for they carried the seal of the Pope himself. Their power and strength grew, and soon they were the go-to people for any battle. During the Crusades, their might was used to shock the enemy into submission. Their highly trained battle techniques, heavily armed horses, and legend would strike at the heart of the enemy. In turn, the very sight of them charging would give added impetus to the Christian soldiers behind them. Such was the power and skill that in 1177, at the Battle of Montcassard, 500 Templars and a few thousand infantry defeated Saladin's massed army of 26,000 soldiers. As Bernard of Clairvaux would say, a Templar knight is truly a fearless knight and secure on every side. For his soul is protected by the armor of faith, just as his body is protected by the armor of steel.